spine onto the floor. You breathe in, your belly goes up towards the ceiling. You breathe out, you suck your belly button in tight. You have the hands at the rib cage, you breathe in, expanding your rib cage. And exhale, knitting it back in again, like an accordion expanding. And then you put the two of them together. You breathe in, your belly button goes to the ceiling and you expand your rib cage. You breathe out, you suck your rib cage in and pull your belly button into your spine. Keep doing that. And imagine you were dying to go to the loo, you had to stop at mid-flow. Keep that muscle lifted. Or it's like you're walking into the ocean, it's freezing cold and you're bracing yourself. Big pregnant belly when you breathe in, and when you breathe out, it's like you're trying to hide a big pregnant belly. Relax your hands down by your side, and then from there you're going to lift your shoulders up around your ears, push them back into the mat and slide them down. So you want to always have your neck nice and long. Then with your back, you're going to make a big gap between your back and the floor, like a big duck arse, and then you tuck your hips under to get rid of that duck arse. No gap between your back and the floor, and then you go halfway. That's your neutral spine. That's the way you should be when your feet are on the floor. Have a look at your knees and your feet. Make sure they're fist distance apart. So you know now your fingers are nice and long, your toes are gently pressed into the ground. You're aware of the placement of your body from your fingers right down to your toes. If your neck is sore, just roll up a towel, pop it behind your head so it's nice and comfortable. Now with your left knee, you're just going to take a breath in and let your left knee fall out to the side without moving your right knee. And you exhale, pull it back in. Then you change legs. So you breathe in, let your right knee go off to the side, and then you exhale, pull it back in. So breathe in, your opposite knee falls out to one side, the other knee steads to the ceiling, and then you draw it in. So it's only one knee going out to the side at a time. And if you're happy enough that your hips aren't wobbling all over the shop, you can make it harder by letting your knee fall to the side and sliding your foot down, then pointing your toe to the ceiling and drawing it in. Then on your other side, inhale, knee to the side and slide. Exhale, point to the ceiling and bring it back in. So you're going to keep going like that. I'm just going to have a look at Zoom, and if anybody wants me to change the music or anything like that, you just send me a little message or you unmute yourself and you can let me know. You seem like everything's all good. Good. So that's you opening up your hips. Now you're going to do it with your shoulders. So you're going to keep your shoulders back and down on the floor. All you do is bring your hands to the ceiling without lifting your shoulders off the floor or hunching your shoulders around your neck. You bring your arm over your head. Again, you're not hunching, you're keeping your shoulders back and down on the floor. You do a big circle and come back in. So inhale, hands go to the ceiling, over your head. Exhale, a big circle. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure your rib cage stays down in line with your hips. In other words, don't bring your thumb to touch the floor, because if you do, your rib cage will be real prominent. That's called your rib cage popping or lifting. You don't want that. You want to have your rib cage in line with your hips. Just loosen up around your shoulder joints. I think we're squirting WD-40 around, getting you ready for your main phase. Inhale, hands to the ceiling, over your head. Exhale, circling down. And one last time. And then when you finish your last one, you want to work on your upper spine. So all I want you to do here is tuck your chin into your chest without lifting your head off the floor. And then bring your chin off your chest. So you can close your eyes, breathe into your nose, tuck your chin in like you're making a double chin, and breathe out to your mouth, go back up to the way you were when you started, a neutral spine. Inhale, your belly rises, remember, as you tuck your chin in. Breathe out, you suck your belly button into your spine as you bring your chin away. So breathe in, expanding your rib cage, breathing laterally. If the breathing's confusing you, just don't hold your breath. Exhale, back up. And one last time. Breathe in, that's a head nod, just your upper spine, the muscles around your neck are working here, and then you go back to neutral. Then from there, you're going to combine that head nod with your next exercise, the ab prep. So you breathe in, bring your chin in first, then you slide your rib cage to your hips to lift up, your baby finger barely hovering off the floor, and then you exhale, lower back down to the way you were when you started. So breathe in, bring your chin in, that's your upper spine lifting, then it's coming to your middle spine, you're reaching your fingers towards your toes, then you lower back down again. There shouldn't be any strain on your neck. Keep going like this. Again, you can close your eyes if you want. Next time you lift up, you're going to stay there. So again, your baby fingers hovering off the floor. It's not lifted, otherwise you'll be rounding your shoulders. Keep them like that. Your chin should be off your chest, about roughly fist distance apart. Your eyes are looking neutral. You're just going to lead side to side like you want to touch one foot and then touch your other foot. And control your breathing, nice and slow. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale out. If your neck is sore doing this, you can put your two hands behind the base of your head and you're moving laterally here. So keep going. I'll show you in this position. Just going side to side, walking around the sides of your stomach, your obliques. So you're just leaning to one side and to the other side. And then you're going to hold it. Put your hands on the base of your head. Relax your head into your hands and lift up your 2 feet. Because your feet are lifted, your spine should be in that imprint position where there's no gap between your back and the floor. Foot in line with knee, knee in line with your hip. That's your 90-degree angle or your tabletop position. From there, breathe in, get ready. Exhale, straighten out your left leg. Inhale, 2 knees together. Exhale, straighten out your right leg. Inhale, 2 legs together. If you want to stick a band around it here, you can. If you have a little light weight and you want to hold it in your hands, you can, or onto your stomach. Otherwise, you keep your head rested into your hands. Exhale, one leg goes out. You draw it back in. Then you're going to do double time if you can. If you can't, stick to singles. Quick breaths. On this double time, make sure your knee is ending in line with your hip. You're not bringing it into your chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2 legs together, hold. Point to the ceiling and then bend. So it's only your knee here that's flexing and extending. Your knee is in line with your hips. Your feet go to the ceiling and back down. Next time your feet go to the ceiling, keep them there. Make sure your shoulders off the floor. You take a big breath in, lower down one leg, then you breathe out and switch. Inhale, exhale. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 legs together. Wrap your hands around your knees, bring it into your chest. Relax your head on the ground and just hold it there. Let your both knees fall to the right and your 2 hands go to the left. Turn your head towards your hands so you're stretching your neck and just control your breathing. Two knees back into your chest, head and shoulders slightly off the floor, your back imprinted. And then you bring both your legs the other way and your hands the other way. Head the other way. Bring the 2 knees back into your chest. Now from there, keep hugging your knees in. Just put your hands to your temples and you're going to lift your legs up and back down again. So you're rolling your spine from one end to the other end for 8 quick breaths. 7, 6, 5, squeeze your stomach. 4, keep your pelvic floor lifted. 2, 1, 2 feet onto the floor. Relax your head down. Pop your hands onto your belly again. Take a big breath in. Now breathe out, lift your bum up off the floor. Breathe in, go down, but don't touch your bum off the floor. So you exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down, bum isn't touching. If you want to push your knees apart as you lift up, together as you go down. If you want to stick a band around the top of your knees, you can, it's up to yourself. And then once you have a hang of that breathing, pop your hands down by your side, knuckles to the side. Again, toes gently pressed into the floor. You want to get that mind muscle connection now. The only reason your legs are, your bum and your hips are moving is because you're squeezing them and driving them up towards the ceiling. So push your heels into the floor, squeeze your bum, close your eyes, breathe in and exhale. Lift and hold and just bring your knees in and out. So breathe out, your knees go out, breathe in, your knees come in. Your heels can lift slightly off the floor here. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. But what you do need to keep going at is your lateral breathing and using your stomach. So inhale, breathing, expanding laterally, filling up your belly with air that works your diaphragm, the top of your core. When you exhale, pierce your lips. That's for your TVA, the front of your core that's behind your rectus abdominals that forms your six pack. Hold it there. Keep your hands by your side. Bring one knee in, lower it back down, and then change. You can keep doing this with your bands, just be a little bit harder. If you had 2 little weights, you could rest them onto your hips, but keep your pelvic floor lifted, like you were going the loo, had to stop it mid-flow. That's the lower end of your core. And when you breathe out, pull your belly button into your spine. That's the back part of your core, your multi-ischius. If you can, bring it in and straighten up, bend and lower down. All the time, you don't want your hips wobbling side to side. Keep going like that. Just have a little look on Zoom. See how these are getting on. Good, Mary, well done. So knee in and extend. That's it, Denise, perfect. Lovely, Lolo, nice and slow. Brilliant, Leanne, yeah, knee in, extend. That's it, Brenda. Lovely, Linda, straighten out your leg to the ceiling after your knee comes in. Good, Angela, well done, Louise. Nice and slow. Then once you finish that last one, lower down your bum, straighten out your right leg and hold behind your knee. Relax your shoulders. You can pull it in closer if you want to, but the main thing is your leg is straight. And you're going to point your toe towards you and then up to the ceiling. If you had a band, you could hook your band around your foot here. If you had the little hoopy band, you'll probably need that off, you know, leave it too awkward. You don't have to use any band at all. Then bring your foot side to side like you're looking under your big toe and your baby toes for around your ankles here, your peroneals, all around your ankles are tight, that'll pull on your knee, you can put on your hip. Then you're going to leave your foot neutral. Lift up your head and shoulders. Bring your knee in towards you and hold underneath your foot, and then straighten out your leg. Now if you can't get your leg out straight from here, you can have it bent, but what I want you to do is push your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot. That way you're going against yourself, creating resistance. You'll feel the stretch more around your hip. But if your leg is out completely straight and you have it, whichever angle it is, it's dead straight for you, you should feel it in the back of your legs and your hamstrings. And then you lower it down, you do the same on the opposite side. So either have it straight or else you can have it bent, holding underneath your foot. If you can get your leg out straight from that way, that's grand, but if you can't, just keep it bent, push your foot into your hand into your foot. Now you're going to keep a hold of that foot with your opposite hand, pull it in towards you. Use your other hand to push your knee away and relax your head down. So you have like this upside down V shape with your legs. Then you're going to take that same knee in, but cross it over your body, so towards your shoulder. You can use your other hand to do it. Just going to get around the outside now. And then you relax. Again, you're going to take your other foot with your opposite hand, pull it in towards you. Use your knee to put your hand to push your knee away. And take that same knee in and point your knee towards your opposite shoulder. You can use your other hand to do it if you want it. And from there you're going to continue to go all the way around onto your side and lift up onto your elbow. So your elbow's in line with your shoulder. Have your knees bent just like if they were here, but they're sideways. Put your hand to your temple, shoulders back, elbow wide. Take a big breath in. Breathe out, lift up your knee to your elbow. Breathe in, go down, but don't touch the knees off each other, just hover. So you breathe out, lift up. Breathe in, go down without fully touching. So again, like when you were doing your side to side movements, you're still doing a side to side movement. The only difference is that your elbow is bent. And then you're bringing your bottom knee up to make it a little bit harder. Then you're going to hold it there, take that top knee, bring it down to the floor, and then kick your heel out. So inhale, your knee comes down to the floor. Exhale, kick your heel away. So nice and slow. Try not to move your upper body here now, it's just the lower part. And you should be able to, even if you had your hand here, you'd be able to feel the muscle here working. So you're not just swinging your leg around, getting nothing out of it. You're going to be focusing on all around the sides of your stomach and have your heel going out towards the wall. Your ankle is flexed. Then you're going to hold it there with that leg straight. You're going to point your toe forward so your hips are forward, and just pulse and quick breaths for 8, 7, last 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bring your knee in for 2 beats and point your toe away for 1. So your knee comes in twice and then you point your toe away. So the last exercise you had your ankle flexed. This time you have it pointed away, so it's the opposite way you're extending it. So 2 beats and 1 breath back. If you have a little light dumbbell, you could pop it behind your leg if you wanted, or a little soft ball or whatever. 2 breaths in, 1 breath back. Last one. And then from there, you pop your 2 knees on top of each other. You lift up and hold. You can come all the way up onto your hand if you want to. You can come all the way up with your legs out straight. Hold it here. If you have a little weight, you can hold on to it, but you're looking up. Close your eyes then. And you slowly lower down. Bring your 2 legs to the front and then you go the opposite way. So again, you're onto your elbow in line with your shoulder. Your knees are bent. Your hand is to your temple. You breathe in to get ready. Then breathe out, go up. Breathe in, go down. But keep going like this. And if all that core work is making you confused, just pick and stick to one part of your core. Let it be the lower end of your core muscles, your pelvic floor. You're keeping them lifted. Or if you find the breathing's a bit easier to get your head around, not a lot of people find that, but if you do, then focus on the breathing. Inhale, big belly. Exhale, small belly. Try not to move your chest. Good. And then from there, you're going to bring that knee across your body and then straight. So bend and then extend. Breathe in, out. Keep that lower stomach tense like your trousers on that are too wet and too tight. That will also activate your TVA, your transverse abdominals, the front of your core. And you're going to keep your legs straight, point your toe towards the camera or the phone and do little pulses. Another 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee, bring it in for 2 and back for 1. So remember for this one, now your toe is pointed rather than flexed. 2 beats and 1 back. Quick breaths, nice and slow then for the inhale. Try not to be rocking all over the shop. Remember that neutral spine, that's what you want to maintain. Get your brain to focus on the muscle in your bone, that's what's working. And when you finish your last one, you're going to pop your 2 knees on top of each other and you're going to lift up your hips and look up to the ceiling. Again, if you want to have your arms straight, you can. You can have your 2 legs out straight, top leg in front of your lower leg, hips up high, looking up. Remember, the hips are forward, you're not twisted. It's too hard, you're in that lower position. And then you slowly come down, and then from there you're going to pop your 2 elbows on the floor, bring your feet together, your shoulders are back and down, lift your belly button off the floor as if there's an ice cube between your belly and the floor. Toes are pointed away. Take a big breath in to prepare. Exhale, lift your chin off your chest off the floor. You hold it there on your bottom 2 ribs only as you breathe in, then you breathe out, go back down. So 4 moves. Move 1 as you face the floor, breathe in. Move 2 as you breathe out, lift your chin off your chest off the floor. Move 3 as you don't move. And move 4 as you come back down again. Breathe in, expand your rib cage. Breathe out, lift your chin off your chest as if your eyes are following a marble that rolls 5 centimeters. Inhale, hold, resting on your lower 2 ribs. And exhale, back down. If you want to make it harder, double up. So breathe in, get ready. Breathe out, go up. Breathe in, go down. Keep going like that. Then you're going to lift up all the way so your arms are straight. Chin off your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze your bum cheeks, push your hips down to the floor and then just close your eyes and hold. Slowly come back down again, put one hand on top of the other. You're going to bend your knees and now from here point to the floor. Now keep your heels together, bring your knees apart. Lift up and back down. Breathe out, go up. Breathe in, go down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So your knees are apart. You're just pushing your feet up towards the ceiling. Knees wide, heels in, ankles flexed. Breathe out, lift up, squeeze your bum, lift your thighs off the floor, breathe in, go down. Slowly lower your legs down straight. From there, you're going to go on your elbows. So have your fingers long, elbows on the floor, 90-degree angle. Imagine there's a towel rolled up and it's under your pubic bone. Keep that lifted off the floor. Your feet are together, okay? From here, and your knees. Just with your left leg, point to the ceiling. Do a little beat, point to the floor. Do a little beat, point to the ceiling, and then just put your foot back down. Then on your other leg, point to the ceiling, do a little bounce, point to the floor, a little bounce, point to the ceiling, and then you put it back down. Change legs. Ceiling, bounce, floor, ceiling, bounce, lower down. Other leg, ceiling, floor, ceiling. Now this time your change is you go ceiling, floor, ceiling. As you put it down, lift your knee up off the floor, squeeze your bum, lift your thigh. Other leg, ceiling, floor, ceiling, lift, squeeze your bum. Now go with the breathing. Inhale. Exhale for 3 beats. Inhale as you lift up your leg and lower it down. Change sides. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, lift, squeeze, lower down. Now your eyes are looking just above your fingers, which are nice and long. Again, you want to have that body awareness. You know where your fingers, your toes, everything in between is. Your chin is off your chest, just a neutral spine. You should be feeling a little bit in your lower back as well as your bum. So I know it's sore, but it's great for strengthening. And then you lower down your chest, put your hands on either side. Lift up slowly, then tuck your hips under and sit your bum back on your heels. That should feel like a nice relief from doing those last few exercises together. Bring your thumbs together, walk your fingers forward, relax your head and close your eyes. Just stay in this position again, focusing on your breathing. Inhale, push your belly into your thighs, into the side of your rib cage. Exhale, pierce your lips, pull your belly button into your spine, pull your rib cage in. Reach your 2 hands now back to hold under your shins to push your chest in further and put your head to the floor. Separate your shoulder blades. Round your back as tight as you can. Slowly lift up so you're onto your knees. And then you're going to pop one hand by your side, bend your elbow, reach your other arm over your head, and then you change sides. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice and slow. You can look up now towards your arm as it goes over your head. Don't block your face with your arm. Keep that lovely face out and show. And then you hold it here, and then from there you're going to reach your arms forward, squeeze your bum, push your hips forward, and then sit all the way back again. So exhale, lift, pull your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lower, keep your neck long like you're practicing the warm. If you have 2 little light weights, you can use these. If you have your band, you could throw it around your arms, use that. If you're using a band, breathe out and push into the band. If this is too uncomfortable, you can just stand up and squat. But focus on really retracting your shoulder blades, squeeze them together to strengthen the muscles in your back. Next time you go up, you're going to stay up. Put one leg forward, put your chest down, arms down. This time lift up and squeeze, and then back down. So like what we were doing in class the other night with the weights, we've got no weights here. I want you to get your brain to focus. The only reason you're moving is because you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. When you finish that last one, put your hands on the floor, step your leg behind you and go out into a plank position. So in this position, you want your hands at a 90-degree angle, fan out your fingers, and then your fingers at a 90-degree angle, your thumb to your index finger. Push your shoulders forward so you're making sure you've got your straight line from your knee to your hand. Squeeze your bum, take a big breath in, lower your chest in between your hands. Exhale, lift up. Breathe in, go down. Breathe out, go up. If it's too hard, put your knees onto the floor. If that's still too hard, bring your knees in line with your hips. But the important part here is not your face going in between your hands, it's your chest. Keep going like that. Just throw my eye onto the zoom here, make sure you're all okay. That's it, Mary, well done. Big breath in on the way down, Lolo. Good, Denise, that's it. Breathe out as you push up, tense your stomach. Well done, Leanne. That's it, Brenda. Keep the shoulders down nice and low. Good woman, Linda. Brilliant, Louise. Well done, Angela. 2 more times. And then you hold it there on your last one. Push your hips in the air. Push your heels into the floor. This time do a press up or put your head in between your hands and back up. So it's like the crown of your head is touching the floor. Your hips are up high in that pike position. Last 2. Last 1. Slowly lower down into a plank. Then lower down even more so your knees touch the floor and look to the ceiling. And then you tuck your chin in, push your hips in the air, look in between your feet. Inhale, lower down your hips, lower down your knees, look to the ceiling. Exhale, push your hips up in the air, look in between your feet. Breathe in, go down, squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze your bum. Then breathe out, tuck your chin in and lift up. Next time you go down into a plank, hold it there. Take a big step in with your right foot. Either stay like that, or if you can, bend your back knee to hover over the floor. Face your palms to each other, look up to the ceiling. Again, don't hunch your shoulders around your neck, keep them long. You want to maintain good postural alignment all the time. Bring your 2 hands now in on the inside of your foot and turn your back foot so it's fully flat onto the ground. So you're not on the ball of your foot, it's sideways. And now keep that hand that's inside your foot there. Lift your outside hand up towards the ceiling, and if you can, just put your hand at your temple and bring that up towards the ceiling. Hold it there. Then you slowly come down, bring that back foot onto the ball of your foot again. Put your 2 hands now, they're still on the inside of your foot, but see the inside hand? You're now going to lift that one off the floor, go up towards the ceiling. If it's too hard, hand at your temple, rotate. Then you slowly come down. This time your hand goes on either side of your foot. Push that front knee forward, lower your back knee down, point your back toe away, and then again you're going to lift up. This time take your hands behind you, lift them off you, and bring your ear to your shoulder. Other ear to your other shoulder. Lift your chin up, bring your chin in. Slowly bring your 2 knees together, change legs. So put your foot on the floor, push your knee forward slightly. So never on squats or lunges, but you can here because we're stretching around the ankle. And then you're going to take your back toe, curl it under. Lift your knee off the floor slightly if you can. Put your 2 hands on the inside of your foot if you can. Turn that back foot so it's flat on the ground. Still push the knee forward. Lift your hand off the ground. Remember, if it's too hard, you're confused, you are here. You put your foot in front of you and you put your hands on the floor. Just stay there. If you can, the knee is up. If you can, 2 hands inside. If you can, back heel down, hand up. And then from there, lower down. Put your foot back on the ball of your foot again. This time bring your opposite hand up towards the ceiling. Again, if it's too hard, hand to your temple, rotate, elbows wide open up your chest. Combination of these opening chest openers and stretching your chest with strengthening your back will help decrease the risk of you getting rounded shoulders, forward head that can lead to kyphosis. Slowly come back in again, hands on either side of your foot. Push the front knee forward, back foot is still on the ball of your foot. If you can, you lift up, but this time take one arm in, cross over your body and look over your shoulder. So we're stretching around your neck as well. This can get stiff and sore if you're on any tension at work or at home. Change over. Again, if it's too hard, just put your back knee onto the floor. Then you relax, put your 2 knees back in, sit your bum back onto your heels. Put your hands onto your thighs, take a big breath in, and you're going to walk your fingers forward, chest towards the floor. Then you exhale, tuck your chin and lift up, reach your arms up and lean back. So again, inhale, hands come onto your thighs, tuck your chin in and round forward. Exhale, lift up, chin up, lean back, arms straight. So keep going like this. So remember all the time, you're engaging your core muscles, top, bottom, front, back. If you can't do it, you're picking and sticking to one that you can do. You can repeat this class over and over, and each time just either make it harder or focus on a different part of your core. Lift and hold it, and then you're going to reach again over one side and then reach over the other side. So you know from today to make sure again you're aware of your body. If you want your body to do something, you get your brain to tell you to do it, not the other way around. So it's never like, oh, I don't know why my leg can't do that. Your leg can't do it because you're not telling your leg to do it. So we need to be really take control, take ownership back, get that mind muscle connection. Good. And then from there you're going to lift up, put one leg in front of the other, doesn't matter which one, curl your back toe under and come up so you're standing. 2 legs wide and just hang down to the floor. Just slumping forward, but even though you're slumped forward, you can still keep that lower stomach in tight. You're never just hanging, you want to be in control of everywhere. And as you're there, just breathe in, you're relaxing, and as you breathe out, you sink further down to the floor. Just bend your knees now. Hips down, use your elbows to drive your knees apart. Hands up. You can walk your feet in closer if you want. And just make sure now your hips are down below your knees. So you're sitting down under them like that. If you can now pull your shoulder blades together, your chest is up a bit higher, you're not completely sunk down to the floor. And then you're going to slowly come up, reach your arms up and lean back. Push your hips forward, squeeze your bum. Really get that bend now in your back, around your spine. You also know not to have a big gap, no gap, just a neutral spine when you're walking around or doing sit-ups. And if you're doing sit-ups with your feet off the floor, it's imprinted. And this type of awareness of your back helps prevent lordosis. You know, if people walking around with your hips out like that, you need to keep them in nice and controlled. From there, bring your 2 feet together. Lift your heels up nice and high. Slow breath. Slowly come down with your wrists. You're just going to do big circles going one way. So did your full body. Did lots of mobility, lots of strengthening, lots of core work, ab work. Good. Big shoulder rolls. Anywhere that's tight, you can give it a little extra little kind of stretch of it, your back or with your legs or wherever, but you should be feeling nice and loose now. You're brilliant. Well done. Give yourselves a big clap. Thank you for joining me. That was great. Well done.
Thanks for doing it, Lisa. It was wonderful. Thanks. Have a great